The battle for bonus points and positions is over, and the playoffs are here. 12 teams has become 6, and over the next 2 episodes, 6 teams will become just 4. The Flakes and the Celtic Dragons are ready and waiting in the semi-finals, but who will join them? The All Flakes will take on Leinster to decide one of those 2 spots, and the Guardians of the Crib will round out the quarterfinals, who may take on Montpellier to decide spot number 2. The niceties end here, and it is cutthroat rugby. Win or go home. Hello everyone and welcome back along to your home of rugby and the GRC, the Global Rugby Challenge, a subscriber series where you guys take the field against the world's elite. It is be all and end all right here in quarterfinal rugby, where the All Flakes, who have finished in 3rd position overall, will be up against the 6th placed Leinster side. If they don't win this, it is all over for season number 3. Although they do have history on their side. The All Flakes team at home, which is always a great boost, but when these 2 sides met back in round number 8, it was the All Flakes who took Leinster to the cleaners with an emphatic 41-14 victory over today's opponent. Since then, though, they've had a bit of a downward slide in form. If you recall back to the final round of the regular season, the All Flakes were thumped, thrashed and walloped by the Guardians of the Crib, 41 points to 0. The team has undergone a number of changes since that matchup, hoping to find that winning formula yet again. So lining up for them today will be as follows. The front row remains the same, Shady Streetwalker alongside Ben Bob's a hooker and Captain Nicholas Frylander on the tight end side. The second row will consist of Max Parkhill getting a new partner in Vigo Ogier, and the back row has some new blood as well. Dean Munro, Joel Savage and Brett Hartley will be at number 8. Jimmy Henderson keeps a spot at number 9. He's got a new friend in Sammer Coop, the hero, the saviour of the All Flakes time and time again, will wear the number 10 jumper. Ike Quigley will retain in inside centre, and outside him will be Safari Rakikoko in the number 13 jumper. Liam Simeswell swaps swings to the left-hand side. Nathaniel Edwards comes in to the right, and Christian Catley retains a spot in the number 15 jumper for the All Flakes. Well, there's much work to be done for this Leinster side. They've had an indifferent season with highs and lows. They were the first side to beat Montpellier this season, but they also suffered the wrath pretty heavily of some subscriber sides throughout the season as well. None more so than their opponent today, like we just talked about, a big thrashing back in round number 8. That should give them all the motivation they need to bounce back and strike back hard to this All Flakes side. The race for 6th position was a tight one, and it was an exciting one. In the end, Leinster just got the nod above Castres, who finished in 7th. The difference between the 2 teams, 1 solitary point. And that final match of their season was a 26-25 win over another close rival, the Exeter Chiefs. They've got to pick up their game, however, if they want to progress to the semi-finals, and it looks like it's going to be a hard ask for them to bounce back in the way that they're going to have to tonight. They'll have to look to the big names, the big guns, guys like the front row especially, McGrath, Cronin and Furlong. They're going to have to stand up when it comes to the set piece. But in the open, guys like Vardy, Thunderfire and especially O'Brien at number 8 are going to have absolute stormers in this pack. McGrath and Sexton will be the halves combination. Those 2 can control a matchup, but Henshaw, Ringrose, Lowe, Byrne and Carney, that is a highly talented, highly skilled and very dangerous backline if they are not contained. They've got the ability, they've got the personnel, but can they put it into action on the big show, the big dance, the ultimate test in playoffs rugby in the GRC? We're all set to go here. It's a bit of a kit change for the Leinster side, though. You may notice they're playing in the light blue and white, whereas the All Flakes are playing their home kit. This is Eden Park. It is packed and it is ready to go. Looking to cheer on the defending champions, the All Flakes, to another grand final dance. 2 matches, they'll have to win it. It all starts today here. Quarterfinal number 1 is underway. Summer Coop kicks off high and long and deep down into the Leinster 22, and they backtrack a bit before finding it away to James Lowe, who kicks this one away and long, and Liam Symes-Wells has to desperately throw it away, and it's Joel Savage who pulls it in for the All Flakes. And Liam Symes-Wells into the action he is quickly, and he slices between defenders to find the first hole of the game as they quickly come wide. High Quigley, straightening up by Quigley. Little Grubber in behind. Wrigley beats Carney. Grubber's head again. Simon Coop leads the chase, but it goes into the end goal, and it's a forward pass. Oh, catastrophe for Leinster as they look to escape their 22. No, their own in goal. Even worse. Luke McGrath throws a forward pass, and that sets up a 5-metre scrum for the home team.
Set.
Jimmy Henderson feeds the scrum. What's the pack got in store for us today? It looks steady enough. 4 metres out, then crept a millimetre. Brett Hartley charges and Hartley scores! Straight off the scrum, Brett Hartley shows the power, and Brett Hartley opens up for the All Flakes. Just what they needed. Confidence lacking, just about desperate situations for the All Flakes, but they've stepped it up here. Fresh blood, fresh legs, and Brett Hartley shows them how it's done. Great display by the number 8. It was simple. They weren't going to keep it too complicated. It was a really steady scrum. Both sides didn't give an inch. But a great play. 8 on 8. Sean O'Brien comes across, but he can't stop the devastating power and momentum of Brett Hartley. Samu Coop, he is becoming a bit of an icon for this All Flakes side. He has saved their bacon many a times. The question is, does he have one more saving act in his case for season 3? We find out starting today especially. The All Flakes lead 7-0 over Leinster, and that's just the start that this packed Eden Park would have been wanting. 10 minutes in, 7-0 already to score, and Johnny Sexton back to halfway for Leinster, and he kicks high, deep, making the All Flakes play here as it goes down to Mumba, and finds Wrigley, and Wrigley, of course, still playing in the memory of brother Mac, who's still got a couple of days out, as here's Hartley finding Liam Symes-Wells. Oh, that is a hugely dangerous and very poor tackle, and a yellow card to boot. That is a picturesque tale for now the All Flakes. A man up, and it looks like to the bin will be Adam Byrne. They couldn't have dreamed of a better start here, the All Flakes. As Samu Coop looks for the safety of touch, he's not going to make it. Oh, that's terrible. But at the back, they made an error regardless. That's a gift. That is 2 atrocious errors by Leinster. And Sean Cronin, why was he even on the sidelines here? He should have been in the middle of the park. Here is Ben Bobs to the front, and Jimmy Henderson cuts it straight out to Samu Coop, who steps. A great tackle by Sexton. Shuts it down quickly. Henderson again runs a little bit before finding Rakakoko, who's taken in a good tackle too. Opposite number up to it there, Gary Ringrose. Hartley, away to Bobs. Good pace by Bobs. Finds Freinander. Nicholas Freinander. Support by Edwards. Nathaniel Edwards. Oh, he's in touch. How's he gone into touch? Nathaniel Edwards with an error, which may well cost his team come full time. He's put a foot in touch in the build-up to scoring that try. And that has a lot of hits and hands. Sexton fires it quickly out wide, and Ringrose goes back into Vardy. Vardy sets it up nicely into the ground. Goes James Lowe. McGrath will go alone. Oh, a little hole in here, and a breakthrough too from Rob Carney. Up from fullback. They keep it alive. Under fire, left-hand side, and almost another break by James Lowe. Tackle in the end by Ogier. As we go again, Sean O'Brien, Leinster, keeping it alive, trying to break the All Flakes defence down. It's only 7-0. It should be 14-0. Big tackle there by Savage. Another pick and go this time, Ringrose. Spot him a mile away with those arm covers on. As now they fire it quickly out to the right-hand side. It's another big chance for Sexton. Goes out to Henshaw. Boy, he's moved a long way. The two midfielders staying together, and look at this. They come apart unopposed, untouched to Leinster. The try by Edwards has not been scored, and amazingly, it is still 7-0. To the middle this time, Henderson, away to Wrigley, who takes him on. He goes straight into Henderson. Henshaw, away to Streetwalker. Brett Harley's having a stormer. He looks out wide for Coop. Oh, Coop's gone too quickly. Edwards has to hurry. He throws it back in, but it's in touch. Oh, Nathaniel Edwards is having a nightmare at the moment. It should be celebrations, but it's another error by the right winger. Not staying on his wing. It's cost him again. Vardy in the middle. They fire it out to Robbie Henshaw. Down to Christian Catley, who turns looking for a way through. He's been smashed. It's lost ball. It's picked up by Leinster. Element inside. It's James O. Supports there, and it's a touch. Will go Devon Toner. Great work there by the second row to keep in support. James O almost did enough, but this game has changed considerably with the two missed opportunities now. Will it cost the All Flakes? Henderson away to Coop, and Sammer Coop hits it long. Dean Mumberg chases. Needs a big effort here in defence for the All Flakes. As now it breaks away, and a big break too from Sean Cronin. Finds support with Sexton. Out wide they go. Ringrose back in field to Sexton.
Release.
Over the ball quickly was Savage. Waiting for it now. So pop it back, Toner. Out wide, and another ball from Henshaw out there is easily taken care of. Adam Byrne. Robbie Henshaw is becoming a real menace. Henshaw and Ringrose, those two, got to be the ones to watch. And it goes to the middle. Henderson away to Coop, and Sammer Coop is having none of this inside his own 22. He kicks it to touch. And the two sides head to the sheds, a far cry from their last meeting in round 8. The All Flakes struggling along into 7-0 versus Leinster. They've had all the ball, all the territory. They've had everything going their way. A yellow card to Leinster as well. Adam Burns spending 10 in the bin, but it just hasn't gone their way. And Nathaniel Edwards has had all the chances, should have scored 1, potentially should have scored 2. But he's come away empty-handed so far as his team struggle to make ends meet at the moment with a slender lead over Leinster. We look at line breaks. Do we have line breaks here? We don't. But handing errors certainly is. 4-2. It's been a troublesome first half for the All Flakes, who started off in such a good momentum swing. And it changed quickly after that from the try. It was all on their side. They haven't made a tell, and they only lead by a slender 7 points to 0. It is playoff rugby, and if they don't step it up here, they could be on their way to defending champions in trouble in quarterfinal number 1. Back to Johnny Sexton. We are half-time. Second half about to kick off. And the Irish club is doing a good fist of things so far here against the All Flakes, as Sexton kicks off long, and down there is Savage, who puts in a massive blow.
Release.
Driving defenders back. Henderson back to Friedlander, who's, well, not one you'd normally see doing the kicking, but the captain takes the role on without any complaints at all, as Leinster start to run it back, and it is Henshaw who takes the tackle, and they're going to run this from their own half. It's a good little dummy there from Scott Vardy, almost finds him a hole. A pick and a go, and a big tackle there. Turnover as well. It's going to be yes. All Flakes get the tell, and that'll be a penalty as well. Charging up, big defence. And then quickly up and over the ball. Leinster couldn't get back and around in the gate in time. Either way you look at it, it was going to be a penalty for the All Flakes. Sammer Coop has been given the ball from Nicholas Friedlander and told, put this over. Under no terms you miss. And he obliges the 3 points of his own. Sammer Coop puts them up 10 points to 0. And the Inner Park faithful here are pretty chuffed with how this one's going. That 7-point difference has been abolished at the moment. Leinster will have to score twice. They go short in hopes of regathering the ball, and Sammer Coop's got it back, and he runs straight into Robbie Henshaw. Ben Bobs to Ike Wrigley. That's got to be offside, doesn't it? Surely. Big telling and turnover there by Sean Cronin once again, who's been in everything. Furlong. Away to Henshaw, and he pops it back on the inside, and Cronin has another hit up. Scott Fardy will come play scrum half, and another big shot there, and it's a turnover for Brett Hartley, who's having the game of his life. Ben Bobs. Hartley has really changed this pack. He's changed the whole dimensions of it. Sarah Coop. Wide for Ike Wrigley. Wrigley beats his man. Wrigley's got Edwards on his right. Edwards tries the desperate ball. And poor old Nathaniel Edwards, he's not having a night to remember out there on the right. Such a dangerous player, Nathaniel Edwards. 55 gone. This could be the last 25 minutes of someone's season. McGrath out to Ringrose, who fires a big ball out there to Adam Byrne, who takes on Rakakoko. But good covering there from Henshaw, keeps the ball at the toes of Leinster. O'Brien has a bit of a rumble himself. Waits there for Jack McGrath to come into play. And Frylander takes care of him. Van der Flyer, a pick and go and a nothing play as well. As this another good tackle. This time Dean Mumberg makes the hit. Furlong, that's a nice little ball. They come out wide and they've got room as well. Sexton gets away from the tackle of Simons Wells. He could be turned over. No, Jimmy Henderson so close. Out it goes. Oh, O'Brien, he's left it behind, and Liam Simons Wells picks it up. Finds Streetwalker. Advantage on their side. High tackle as well. This could be dangerous. They're slow to get up. Leinster with their second ill-disciplined hits of the game. And this will allow them to slow it down a bit. O'Brien fired a forward pass to Van der Flyer. And he couldn't handle the bacon on that one. And a scrum advantage turns into a penalty advantage for the All Flakes. And they kick it for touch, and it's a whisker over the line as well. How important would a try be right now for the All Flakes? It would surely put this one to bed. Ben Bobs to the back, and nicely done. And Henderson, oh, that's woefully bad. Jimmy Henderson's lost his marbles here, and he's lost the ball as well as they break away through Jack McGrath, who's got an injury. Jack McGrath goes down, and we're having a flurry of injuries in this late part of the season. Almost won every single matchup as McGrath will go off the loose head side, and Dooley will take the spots in number 17. So on he comes. Number 18, I should say. Dooley coming in to the front row.
Set.
Scrum to back down for Leinster. Just got a turnover. Oh, the All Flakes do it straight back. Big scrum by the big pack as well. What a shot. Here's Brett Hartley inside the half. He's looking for the support out wide. Finds Rakakoko. One to be Rakakoko. Looks to shimmy a step past. But well taken from Rob Carney. Inside the 22, Jimmy Henderson taking his sweet old time. Henderson looks to shimmy through, but he again taken down nicely. Good defensive work. Hartley fires it out to no one in particular. And Ogier dives on the loose ball, and Leinster don't quite get there in time. Coop away to Wrigley. Wrigley keeps it alive again. It's a loose pass, and Parkhill this time has to dive on the loose ball. Slow ball. Ogier, that's another high tackle, and that is another penalty and another yellow card. Sean Cronin goes this time, and ill discipline is costing Leinster as their season looks like the curtain is coming down. Frylander, the captain, cool, calm, composed, and he knows what his team needs to do. Ball straight to Samo Coop. Again, another very level-headed player. 5 minutes to go. Samo Coop adds another 3. 13 points to 0. It's a grind. It's a tough ask. But this is playoffs rugby in the GRC. No Cronin for the remainder of this match as Sexton goes long, hoping for a miracle. Doesn't find it. He finds a great ball to Wrigley. Wrigley's got support of Rakakoko. Rakakoko looks for Hartley. Hartley out to Coop. Coop goes deep, and he goes back to Streetwalker, keeping it alive nicely. Liam Simons Wells, they're doing everything right at the moment. It's Ben Bobs thunders into the Leinster half. But they're going to struggle to hold hold on here. Leinster will turn it over. Oh, that was magical. It's a shame it ended that way. Now Leinster look to do it themselves. Out it goes to James Lowe, who's tackled in a big hit there. What a play! What a play by Max Parkhill. And put that one in the photo album, because that will be a playoffs win for the All Flakes. And bizarrely enough, Sean Cronin, well, he trundles back on the field. Little to do, little to celebrate, but Nicholas Friedlander, oh, he is a leader. He is a champion amongst the All Flakes. And he once again gives the ball to Samo Coop and says, my boy, you know what to do. Finish this. Finish Leinster and put us in the semi-finals of the Global Rugby Challenge. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't nice to watch. But the All Flakes will celebrate their way to the semi-finals of the GRC. Leinster go home. Third, Trump 6 in the first of our quarterfinals. Leinster only have themselves to blame. Ill discipline, wasted chances. The All Flakes much the same. Two big blowing first half tries which could have killed this game off very early. Leinster kept hope and they kept it alive. Not enough though to put points on the board. Desperately hard they tried, but not enough. At the end of the day, 16-0, a very bizarre scoreline. We're not really used to seeing one like that. One try, one conversion, 3 penalty goals. The try to Brett Hartley and 4 out of 4 off the tee to Samo Coop, the hero, always, of the All Flakes. Leinster, well, they come close, didn't they? But they just couldn't string it together. 2 yellow cards ultimately cost them. Ill discipline, high tackle penalties, not releasing in the tackle penalties, just didn't quite flow tonight for Leinster, who got thumped last time, but at least they scored a couple of tries against the All Flakes. 41-14 in round 8, 16-0 in the quarter-final. The All Flakes really controlled this game. They had most of the ball, 65-35. The territory was quite even. Oh, of course, the injury as well, which will be a bit of a concern. The season, however, is over, so they don't need to worry about it. Jack McGrath can just repair himself up for the remainder of the off-season, looking forward to season 4. The yellow cards, yes, that was a big part. 2 yellow cards for Leinster, and that was a big deciding factor in this matchup. 3 high tackles, not good enough, really not good enough for a team who was looking to push their way into the semi-finals. They go home now, their season is done, and we are left with just 5 teams. So quarterfinal number 1 is in the books. The All Flakes have put themselves in the semi-finals of the Global Rugby Challenge. 16-0 over Leinster. Like we said before, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't nice to watch, it was a hard graft, but they don't care. They are in the semi-finals. But, take a look at the prospective semi-final matchups. I would have thought the winner of quarter-final 1 would have gone into semi-final 1, but no, that is not the way it's gone at all. The Celtic Dragons will host the All Flakes in semi-final number 2. Wow. That means the potential matchup, rematch of round 1 of the GRC, the Flakers versus the Guardians, is on the menu, my friends. It is on the menu. Take a look at this. 52-21. That's what happened when they met back in round number 1. That there could be the ultimate revenge opportunity for the Guardians of the Crib. All they need to do is beat Montpellier, which, like we've seen in round 11, is easier said than done. The Corn Flakers struggled to do it, and they are the premiers of the regular season. But boy, what a semi-final matchup that could be. Flakers versus Guardians, Dragons versus All Flakes. Who will go on to the big dance to be declared Season 3 winners? Of course, the Flakers have 1 title to their name. The All Flakes have 1 title to their name. The potential also to have the Dragons versus the Guardians, 2 teams, 2 franchises without a championship, could battle it out for their first. Or, on the other hand, we could have Season 1 winners versus Season 2 winners to battle out for Season number 3. It is all a possibility thanks to the amazing fixtures, the way they've worked out is just phenomenally good. I'm really excited at the possibility of the Guardians versus the Flakes yet again to rematch that round 1 fixture, which was a pasting. But that is it though for the first quarterfinal matchup. I'll see you again very, very soon. Of course, we've still got quarterfinal 2 to go. Guardians versus Montpellier. Can't wait for that one. Should be another cracker. That's where it looks. We'll just see injury-wise. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Don Butler is back from his red card suspension. So I expect he'll come into the team. But it will be pretty much a full-strength side for the Guardians of the Crypt. Who sits out, I'm not quite too sure how we're going to work out the team yet. But full strength there. We'll have a look at the other sides just while we're here. At this stage, Nicholson is out for the season. He's gone. For the Dragons, Conway is back. Ben Conway is fit to play, so he will be rearing to go in the semi-final. And for the All Flakes, Matt Wrigley's still got 1 day to go, but there's still a week away for his next fixture. I'm pretty sure the 22nd, yes, to the 29th. So he will be fit for the semi-final. Where am I going? Wrong way. And Guardians of the Crib, Don Butler's back, yes, and Mike Hunt, of course, is fit following that injury in the round 11 fixture. Right, that is it for today. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Hope you enjoyed, All Flakes fans. Let me know your thoughts on how your team is going. It is a real part of the season now. It is action-packed. It is exciting. And we're going to have a winner very, very soon. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, as per always, and I'll see you for quarterfinal number 2, Guardians of the Crib versus Montpellier. Until then, thanks for watching. And as always, take care.